4 for 3, Ireland. That's the Irish coach, Graham Ford.
Yeah, I've been watching him with interest, John. He's in our eye line here, and he'll be very pleased with what he's seen so far. There's been a lot of clapping going on, particularly boundary hit, next ball hit for 1. Instrumental, of course, in the preparation of this team. I'm sure he will have been disappointed with the performance in the first game.
Well, interesting press conference we had yesterday, Alan, actually. The stout defence of his captain. We were questioning whether the spinner should have come on, but he backed his captain 100%. They are playing to a team plan, he said. Very frustrating, he said, watching the Irish team capitulate as they did the other day, and there was obviously work to be done, but he very staunch defence of his captain as well, and said kind of sounded a lot frustrated as well because of the COVID problems we've seen. And single to Ireland there. Tector takes a single to take him to 21, but very staunch defence of his captain, as I say. But beyond that, saying he sounded very frustrated. They're going to the World Cup. They're going to be living 6 days in their hotel rooms in the COVID bubbles. He can't go down to where he would normally be, down by the side screens watching the game as well. So he sounded very frustrated, but he was a very good interview we did with him yesterday, I must say, and it was very open and very passionate about his job as the Irish coach.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that in terms of that type of passion. Very hard worker, Graham Ford. That's been hit out to deep mid-wicket. Really a better chance should have been made of that. It's hard to see who's out there. It's a long, long way away from us, but it's 4 runs to George Dockrell, and that's great work. Matter of out there. I think I need my binoculars, John.
In fact, it's the substitute, isn't it? Or the substitute the other day, the man making his debut, Milton Shumba. You'd think he should have made a better effort at that.
Thought so. It was in the air a long, long time. And again, I suppose you've got to be conscious of the boundary rope. And again, in that capacity, Ryan Burrell, who's missing from this series.
Shot from Dockrell, up and over the top. There should be at least 2 there. Might even think about a third on the arm, would they? No.
Well, that's what I like about George Dockrell. He was thinking 3. And, fantastic 200 up for Ireland now for 3. Midway through the 43rd over. 28 from 18 deliveries, John. He's playing a super role here.
Tremendous. Ireland were 153 for 3. Now moving on to past that 200 mark. We're saying power score here around 230. Zimbabwe made 266 the other day. Ireland will be looking at that. That's cracked away, but that's in the air. And that should be out, and that's the end of Dockrell's cameo. And this time, the man out there to take the catch is Milton Shumba, standing underneath it. Easy catch in the end.
Well, the reason he got it high on the bat, blessing Musarabani, is giving nothing away. He's forcing these square shots, and again, he's timed them in any shape or form, and that can happen. But it was an excellent innings from George Dockrell. 28 from 19 deliveries. He's shaking his head. Obviously, he would have wanted more, but his intent throughout was fantastic.
Batsman at the crease, Lorcan Tucker, 25th ODI for him today. Congratulations on that milestone. The best of 83 comes in with less than 8 overs to be bowled. And now a lot resting on the shoulders of Harry Tector. Well set out there on 21. Scappers through for a second single. That's good running from the 21-year-old. And Ireland will be looking at perhaps getting beyond that 250 at this stage.
Absolutely. And one thing for sure, Harry Tector is looking so comfortable at this level. And that not necessarily started against South Africa. It was earlier than that, but that was the innings at 79. Just paves the way for you to think about that.
Logan Tucker, the new batsman, is their wicket keeper. Made his ODI debut against England back in May of 2019. Wasn't used as the 50 or the 20 over as a side man, but at the end of the 43rd, it's 203 for 4. First wicket partnership with 82 runs as an ambulance goes down the road across from us at the Stormont Hotel side of the ground. There'll be a change of bowling now again from the ITW Ireland end. Luke Jongwei. He's a tricky customer, Jongwei. Medium pace and difficult to get away.
Yeah, varies his pace, bowled excellently throughout the T20 series. And it's an ideal opportunity for Lorcan Tucker in terms of that comfort at the level. It's just something for such a fantastic player. You see all the innovations, he plays all the shots, and there's a feeling in period sometimes at international level, and I think that is the situation for Lorcan Tucker. But this situation perhaps ideal for him to really try and break free.
He's got 2 half centuries to his name. Highest score of 83, Irish wicketkeeper. And as I said, he wasn't preferred for the T20 series games. Neil Rock was behind the stumps holding the gloves for that particular series, and Tucker now back as in the 50 over version of the game. Oh, it's dropped. Backward point, went straight through his hands, and trickles all the way to the boundary for 4. Bit fortuitous there from Tucker. Shot. Hit hard. And the fielder perhaps should have been taken.
That was Harry Tector, but he hit it extremely hard. So much so that it went through Raz's hands and still made its way to the boundary. It was hit with extreme power. Tector now 27 from 27. There we are, all the Cricket Ireland dignitaries. Hostility tent. Balcony, should I say. It's a phrase I use quite regularly. Hostility as opposed to hospitality. But it is the hospitality tent for all the good and great. The glamour up there from the ladies.
I'm going to talk a little bit more now in a second. I think probably aimed the over about Ireland's 18-man squad for the T20 World Cup, which was announced yesterday. And the reason why they've picked 18 players when in the end they will only need 15. They'll come through for the second. That's good running. Took on the arm, ran through for a couple.
nice shot that from Lorcan Tucker. This is just the opportunity that he needs to show his skills.
Nicely pulled away, nicely controlled. Should be 2 there as well. The call was for 2, and that'll wrap up that over. It's a good one from Ireland's point of view. Score pushes on now to 213 for 4. At the end of that, the 44th over. The current Irish run rate is trying to accelerate here. There's that one big over for 19. And we need to push on now in the last 6 overs and get perhaps past 250. Now we're talking before the break there about the Irish T20 squad for the World Cup. It was announced yesterday. Curtis Camper is back in. He's missing this series because he's injured. Played here by Shane Getgate, who's also in that squad. Graham Kennedy is in. Perhaps a bit surprisingly, the 2 wicketkeepers, Neil Rock and Lorcan Tucker, have been included. Ben White is also in the squad and will be captained by Andy Balbirnie. And they will play against the Netherlands on the 18th of October. They've got Sri Lanka on the 20th of October and the 22nd against Namibia. The top 2 will go into the group stage after that first round robin series of games. Ireland got a couple of line up a couple of friendlies as well against Papua New Guinea and Bangladesh. Difficulty that Graham Ford alluded to yesterday was being in the bubble, being 6 days in your hotel room. The reason they picked 18, he said we can't leave 3 at home and then call on somebody if they get COVID or they get sick or they get injured. They have to bring all 18 before then breaking it down to the 15 they're going to use in the World Cup.
And that is a difficult group. Sri Lanka, the Netherlands and Namibia that Ireland are in. But interesting, Curtis Camper, who of course was injured in the first T20I, and Gareth Delaney also back in the squad, John.
Pulled away by Tector. That should split the fielders. It does so. Nicely placed.
Fantastic shot that from Tector, because the placement was the key.
Onto that early. Nice shot. Gave the 2 fielders no chance, and this is good stuff from Tector. 33 from 30. Usually a slow starter, gets into his groove then after he survives the first couple. He's a free-flowing batsman. One Cy Young, 3 ODI 50s so far to his name, including 50 in the opening match here. Tries the ramp. Did he get anything on that?
He certainly did, because it's another boundary for Harry Tector. Wonderful cricket this from Harry Tector. He's looking in total command, and it's fantastic to see from an Irish perspective. Back-to-back boundaries from him, and that's great invention. I was speaking to him after the first match, and he was so down in the dumps, so desperately disappointed that they didn't get over the line. And isn't it amazing, John, without scoreboard pressure, boundaries are flourishing here.
Ireland haven't paced this thing too bad. It was a bit slow, you would have thought, at the top of the order, while Sterling and Porterfield were grinding out the platform. But now these two have been here, and that 40 from Andy Balbirnie and the 28 from 19 deliveries from George Dockrell certainly has accelerated, and Ireland now looking to get past that 250 with just 5 overs to be bowled.
Oh, well over 250 now, John. Ireland should be looking for, and it's just the intent of Tector and indeed Tucker, who's come in, and he's ideal in this situation. And I think it's a great opportunity for him to extend his skills.
Nicely bowled and nicely played too. Ducked that out very well. Yorker length. Good cricket all around there.
Well, he just squeezed it out, opened the face. And the secret was he just let it come on, John. Let it come on out to Williams there on the sweep boundary. And this is really good from Ireland. I know you spoke about the beginning, it was tough early on. And again, as I say, the pattern of the game. And you kind of think Ireland were around 110 at the end of the 29th over, John. Fantastic acceleration.
Just be the singles in over. It's a good one from Ireland's point of view. 12 from it. And that's the end of that. The 45 overs are down to 2-5 for 4. Zimbabwe winning the toss and chose to put Ireland into bat, and they're on 2-5 for 4.
Well, obviously Porterfield laid the foundation with 67, but the innings of Balbirnie really was the bit that drove Ireland on. He played beautifully, and he was a little unlucky to get out. Tector has driven on, and he's really played beautifully here. He's 38 not out.
That's a great shot. That's a huge 6 from Tucker. Beautiful shot, that.
Well, this is the reason I said what I said, John. This is the type of skill that this man has. He can be brilliant, and that is an example, giving himself room, timing into the trees. That's carried all of 85 metres, I would say. A brilliant shot from Tucker. And to do so, first ball of Jungway's over, huge. And I think this is the type of thing, this is the type of innings, and hopefully from an Irish perspective he's there at the end, because he's going to score quickly. He's devastating at all levels up to this level, and hopefully from his point of view and Ireland's point of view, he can really show these skills, and that's an example of them just there.
Nicely done as well. Tip to the leg side, should just be the one. Maybe 6 and get the 1. This is the textbook stuff, really, isn't it? Tucker I think that was the shot of the day. I just had absolutely beautifully smacked through over extra cover for that 6. It was a beautifully timed shot.
I'll give you that one, John. I'll give you that one.
Gee, thanks. Louis doesn't give many presents out. Oh, that is just a fantastic shot from... What improvisation from young Harry Tector. That was a full toss, and he just lifted it over the wicketkeeper. What timing, and what time he gave himself.
World class. Slower ball for John Way, and he read all of it. Didn't look to scoop it, just led it onto the face of the bat. That is brilliant from Harry Tector. World class.
It's a joy to watch this innings. It really is. Carved away, and is that gone all the way? That's 4. This is a very good over from Ireland's point of view. On 15 from the first 4 deliveries as they push on towards that 250 mark.
Well, interestingly too, if Tector gets to 50, it'll be his 4th consecutive ODI 50, John. And he is really turning on the class here. That is brilliant from Harry Tector. Went to the boundary at the rate of knots.
John Way out of shot has been spoken to by his captain, Irvine, who just looks a little concerned now. That Ireland off the hook here, there's no doubt about that. When you consider, particularly Williams, I think he went just for 5 runs off his opening 4 overs, and now he's 1 for 29 off 6, and they took him out of the attack. One big over where Ireland clocked him around the ground for 19 runs. And that was the pivotal point really in Ireland's innings, wasn't it? They got the 1 over where they hit the 19 runs, and the acceleration then kind of started from that phrase onwards. Sun's come out in Stormont, which is good to see.
Yeah, lovely Lovely to see a bit of sunshine. It's been so overcast here today. There was the threat of rain, but it's eluded us so far, thankfully. But a great over this from an Irish perspective. 16 so far from the over.
Full toss. Should come back for the second. That'll end that over. Very profitable one from Ireland's point of view as they look to accelerate towards the end of the innings. 46 down to 43 for 4. That's what I was mentioning. You can see that one over there where Williams went for 19. Since then it's been steady scoring, but in this last 10 overs where these two really have settled into their task well, 4 overs to go. Nice platform here. We mentioned 243 for 4. Nice platform to get, well, now beyond 260, 270 even.
I think Ireland will be looking beyond that now. And this little cameo, Tucker 16 from 8, showing all his skills, just what he needed. Harry Tector is king of the castle out here, played beautifully for his 47 from 35.
There's a man out there. Just a single. Sean Williams doing the fielding. Cover boundary. Took her on to 17 now. He's going up more than just on 2 runs a ball. Pulled by Tucker, didn't quite get the bat and ball as he liked, but still another single to the Irish total.
It's always one of those great phrases in cricket, John, play with freedom. Again, Tucker has been given this opportunity to do so, and it's always a loosely used phrase, but it's the decluttering of the mind that's the key thing in that regard. It's the bit that stimulates everything that you do, because that man on strike has all the shots.
That's a good shot for no runs, straight to backward point.
Another part of Harry Tector's character, terribly disappointed there, head in the air, forget about it, Harry Tector. Move on to the next ball. It's a good shot. He can hit the odd ball straight to a fielder. It's allowed.
Garavan continuing now. This is 8th over. He's gone for 42, 2 for 42 his figures so far. Nice little drop and run.
Good decision that from Tector. Just ease the mind, get yourself back in the groove, in the zone.
It's one shy of his 50 now. And Tucker does the improvisation as well. Big scamper around from mid-wicket area for the fielders, so they run through for 2 easy singles. So a lot of good improvisation going on out there from this Irish pair.
Yeah, it's trademark. He's got all the flicks, both offside and leg side, Lorcan Tucker. Again, sometimes hasn't shown them as well as he can, but as you say, with this platform he's been given that freedom to do it, and he's much better when he is doing it. 19 from 10 deliveries faced.
What I liked about that shot, this Scarpa's move for singles to end that over, was the fact that he watched the ball very carefully onto the bat. That ends the 47th. It's 2:48 for 4.
Tucker reeling in agony there. It's not a leg injury, John. It's not an arm injury. A place where you really want to get it, and it can wind you. Graham Kennedy out with the water. And that has the eyes watering, John.
Right in the midriff. Backing away, trying to give themselves some room. Flat on the stomach, that'll hurt. No protection there.
I thought it was a little lower than that, but maybe just the rib area. Harry Tector having a laugh with him. Understand.
Isn't it funny how everybody laughs, right? But you know yourself when you get one there, it's no laughing matter. Exactly, brings tears to the eyes. But everybody laughs.
It is a most unpleasant experience.
So Tucker retains the strike. And to the last 3 overs we go then. Ireland shy of the 250. Tector one shy of his 50. Ball's in the air. It's going to go over the fielders' heads. It's going to run away for, should come back for third, and they're going to chance it. No, they're not. Content with the 2.
Good from Tucker, that.
250 up.
That's 250 up for Ireland indeed. A natural area to hit a ball like that, but with mid-off in, Tucker is targeting that area. This is a really good cameo from him.
Yeah, 50 partnership as well from 27 balls, just what the doctor ordered from Ireland. There's a man there waiting for that ramp shot from Orchid Tucker. Short, fine leg, just bounced in front of him.
Well, obviously he's premeditated there, and Surabani just took pace off the ball. It's just one of those ones it's tricky. Richard Narava there at 45 in the edge of the circle could easily have looped to him. Fortune favours the brave. Tucker now 23 from 13.
Very good display the other day from Nazarambani. Took 4 for 29 off 9.4 overs. A little more expensive today, 1 for 46 off 8.2. Don't know if he hit that. For pads, you can see from the umpire. Well, no signal from him, so he obviously hit that. So that brings up 50 for Harry Tector, and that's his 4th for Ireland and the 4th half-century in a row. Well played, young man.
Oh, an excellent innings from Harry Tector. He's cautious at the beginning, but once he began to explode he did, and that's his 4th consecutive ODI 50. Fantastic effort for him, 21 years of age.
Just 39 deliveries. That's for beautiful timing as well. Tucker looks in furious form out there at the moment. Seeing that ball very big at the moment, and Ireland are pushing the score on very nicely, well past par at the moment.
Well, the way Shah's nodding at me here, he's wondering why he didn't see this sort of thing in the run chase yesterday, because it's something we spoke about right throughout first game's commentary, but it just shows you no scoreboard pressure, different ball game. Good bowling that from Musrabani, taking pace off the ball. But already 8 from the over. Probably, and Tucker will be looking at this with 2 overs to go as, in a sense, a free hit. Doesn't have to be concerned. 12 balls to go. Tector going to be on strike. And in risk and reward, John, he should be looking to the ropes.
It's in the air. The fielder won't reach it though. That's going to go all the way to 4 for 4. And you called that one beautifully, Alan Lewis, to end the 48th over to 61 for 4. Run rates. Tucker, the last ball of that over for 4. That's the difference between me, say, a club player, and you, an international player. You were thinking exactly what he was thinking out there, that this is a free hit essentially, because at the other end, with 2 overs to go, is Tector, and he's got past his 50, so basically it was a free hit, and so it proved, and a very profitable one too.
Well, when you look at the Manhattan as we had it there on the graphic, those 8 overs regularly, the run rate is over 10. 31 from 16 proves that. Tector 50 now from 39. Wonderful partnership this.
And Garava bowling his 9th over now, the penultimate one of the Irish innings. Through the shot early there, Tector, but they scramble through for a bye.
Feels sense, knowing Harry Tector as I do, head in the air, he felt he might have missed out on something there, but it climbed on him. Won't worry him.
The run is actually being credited with the single there. Obviously came off the gloves or something, so he's been credited with the single. It wasn't a bye. A shot for just the single, straight to the fielder, Tucker.
Watching Ngarava, as I have done right throughout the T20 series and indeed this series, coming to the latter stages of his spells, he tends to go wide outside off stump. So maybe both Tector and Tucker will have reflected on this. Look at that huge gap between long off and the sweeper. Square leg has now come into the circle.
That's nicely done from Tector. They brought the man, as you say, into the circle on the square leg side, but he humps him down the ground to the covers for 4 runs for Ireland, and Tector's batting beautifully out there.